Hey guys, it's Trish from Trish's Card Club, recorded live in Orlando. Hello people out there on a Wednesday night. How are you guys? It's hump day. We love hump day. It's a full work week, but oh well, we have to pay the price. I have a little bit of a different setup, so I'm trying to adjust my camera, so thanks for your patience. I know there's extra stuff in the camera view, so I'm just trying to get stuff not so... I needed to pull up my camera a little bit to so you could see stuff. So my shameless plug for my webpage, if you're interested. Let's start with let's get started. Let's start with what's on the screen. So I have 3 brand new embossing and folders. This one is called Pretty Flowers. I'm trying to do it so you can see it without the glare. These are 2, and they're called Checks and Dots. Actually, I'm going to take this one out because this is kind of new for Stampin' Up! To sell these little ones. They are so cute. So there's, I don't know if you can see them, but there's checks on that one. Let me see if I can see that. Kind of, sort of. And then dots on this one. And I love them. You'll see those in class. And then the final one is called Macrame, which is super pretty. So how did I acquire all these goodies, you might wonder? Well, I want to say thank you to anybody that's made a purchase from me in the last quarter, because my upline, who is amazing, Linda Heller, Linda incents us and encourages us to run our businesses to the best of our abilities, and she gives prizes for different achievements. And prizes are always product, which I love. And I was able to get a prize for my sales in the quarter of celebration. So for anybody that bought from me, thank you. It really makes a difference. I appreciate every order, and I just appreciate that you guys have me as a demonstrator. So that's that. I just wanted to show those off because I'm kind of excited. For those of you guys that come to my class, you'll see them in class, of course. So next thing, I wanted to go revisit a card that we did on Sunday night. This was the card we did on Sunday, and I did a few changes to it. I changed the direction of that because remember I said most of the time it goes this way, and I changed that a little bit. And then I did finish the inside. So what I was trying to do was to take this punch and pick up all the colors of the Designer Series paper. And then I just put You Are Perfectly Unique because I thought that was great with this nature stamp set. Now, I don't have, believe it or not, and I can't believe it, I don't have any kind of tree stamp. So I had to think of something else that I could use. That's how I came up with the idea of using a punch that picks up the colors. And the stamp set that I use for You Are Perfectly Unique is in Symmetry. It's this one right here. Now you're going to see this stamp set because we have Designer Series paper that matches it. And I love, 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 love the samples that I've seen from this stamp set. But I just want to show you that even though I didn't finish the card on Sunday, I did go back and finish it up. And I have a specific person, very special to me, who I'm going to send it to, who is truly very, very unique. Okay, that's all the news that's fit to share. Now we're going to get to the card. So this card is inspired by Karen Titus, who you guys have heard me talk about numerous times. Karen is a really creative stamping demonstrator out of Minnesota, I'm pretty sure. And so she taught this card called the bookbinding technique, and I loved it. And I thought, oh, this would be one fun to send to my class. This would be one fun to share with my video. Now, I wanted to bring the camera up so I could have a wider space, but the problem is then I didn't have any covering, so I hope the coloring is okay. Against the white, it's a little bit rough. So just bear with me tonight. We're winging it here. We're going to be making the card using the hand-penned Designer Series paper, which has all these gorgeous hand-drawn flowers. That's how Stampin' Up! Makes it. The concept artist literally hand draws the flowers, paints them with watercolor, then they take pictures of them, scan them, and do all this technology to it so that ultimately we get Designer Series paper. So it's these beautiful flowers on one side, and then these really pretty solid patterns on the other. So we've done a card using this before, and it's very, very pretty. So we're going to be using that in class too. Now, I'm looking for my card that I did last Sunday. I had a card that I want to show you. I don't know where I've tucked it. I've tucked it away so well that I don't know where I tucked it away. Okay, well, I guess it wasn't meant to be shown. So let's get started. So first we're going to take pale papaya. It's just an 8.5 by 4 1/4 piece of paper. So that's the first thing we're going to do. And we're going to score that. So as typical with an 8.5 by 4 1/4 paper folded in half, that means we're going to score it at 5.5. That's just a standard scoring score. Oh, you guys, before I forget, I did go back and added the measurements on the card, the last card that I did, and I will do that in the future as well. I cannot do it before my video, or let me rephrase that. I haven't figured out how to do it before my video, but I can always go back and do it after. And if for some reason I don't do it on the on the Facebook video, I will have it on my YouTube video because it's so much easier to do it through YouTube. So if you're looking for measurements or what did I use, products and stuff, I will have that on my YouTube definitely, and I will try to go back and put it on my Facebook. Okay, so that was just a little announcement. I'm working on that. I'm still working on all the technology stuff. So you're going to score it at 5.5. Then you're going to come over here and you're going to score it at 4 1/4. Now let me make sure I'm doing this right because I don't want to mess this up. One moment, please. I want to make sure that I'm scoring it correctly. 4 1/4. So let's see. Yep, I am. Okay, so scoring it at 4. So 5.5, 4 1/4. You're going to score it. So now you have 2 scores. Okay, so you see the score lines. We have one here and one here. Now I'm going to put my cutter away and hope that you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to make a card that's going to seal on this side and open like this as if it were a book. See the concept? Kind of cool, huh? So this is a 4 1/4 inch square. So, and I love what Karen does. Karen knows I don't like to do anything math related. It's not my skill set. No, I'm just kidding. She has no idea about that, but I'm putting it out there so you guys will know. So I always love when we work in halves and quarters because I can do those fractions really, really well. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to seal down this side right here. Now, Stampin' Up! Has what's called tear and tape, and unfortunately, I don't have any tear and tape because we used to have what this tape is, and it's called red tape. It's very, very hard, sturdy tape. So tear and tape or red tape will work with this either way. What you want to do is you just want to make sure that you're sealing it super tight, because you don't want people to rip the card when they open it. Is that a piece of my hair on camera? Hopefully you can't see that. Okay, so let me take the red off like this. Let me get it started and pull it off. And then I'll get this one started and pull it off. I hope you guys, I'm stalling for time because it's hard. You just got to get a starting point. I hope you guys had a good Wednesday. So now I'm just simply folding this over. It's just going to fold in half. And I'm sealing it good. So now it's going to open. It's not going to open at all right there. And that's exactly what we want. So then I took the hand-penned Designer Series paper and I cut it into a 4-inch square because that's what this is. So you get 4 inches all around. You know, I wonder if I did 4.5. One moment, please. Let me check something on that. When I measured my card, did I measure 4.5 or did I measure 4 1/4? I measured 4.5. Let me fix that and cut that down to 4 1/4 because that's what it should have been, not 4.5. Now I know why my paper wasn't working correctly. You can do it at 4.5. It's not a big deal. It will look perfect. It's just not going to fit in the envelope. That's why I'm giving it the skinny down. And how did I know that I was off? Because I know that I cut my paper 4 1/4, and so I knew I only needed a 1/4 inch all the way around. So that's how I knew that was not correct. So let me glue this down. As I started to say, how was your Wednesday? My Wednesday was very good. I had a surprise phone call from a dear friend of mine who happened to be at the same store that I was at and invited me for dinner, which was a nice treat, but it did mess me up a little bit on my card preparation. So if anything doesn't go tonight, Karen, you will be fully responsible. That's Karen with the C. I mean, that's Karen C, not Karen B, because I have a couple Karen friends that watch me on my Facebook channel. Okay. So that's the first thing. Then I took a 1-inch by 4-inch strip. That's the back side of this one. And we're going to put that right there. Like that. Just like that. Now, Karen taught something that I thought was so cool, and I'm going to show you. She did it with scissors. I'm going to do it with the punch. But I'm going to make a little mark right down here. Can you see that, you guys? Can you see that little indentation? And I'm going to make a little mark right up here because I'm going to put ribbon on my binding. Can you kind of get the concept? On the binding side of the book binding card. And when Karen did this, she just cut out little nooks and said that's the way to keep the ribbon from sliding around, which I thought was a brilliant idea. So I said, well, and then one of her viewers suggested using a hole punch. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm all about using the hole punch. That makes it nice and symmetrical, and that's going to be perfect. So I am using pale papaya ribbon to make a bow on live TV. I don't know what I'm thinking. Hopefully I'll be able to do this. You know how it is when you're doing something live versus when you're just doing it and no one is watching. Let me see how this is going to come out. Ooh, I think it's going to be good, except I shouldn't have let it go so quickly. No, it will work. It's tight enough. It will work. Let me just make it a little more even. I have a little bit of extra ribbon, so I'm going to trim that off. One there, one there. Now, isn't that pretty? Oh, you guys, it is so pretty in person. It's so, so pretty in person. Let me clean up my little space here so you can see it. And then it just opens like this, like that. Isn't that pretty? Now, this is the part that I'm blaming on Karen. So the whole week when I was thinking about making this card, I thought what I would do is I would take the hand pen stamp set and I would stamp out one of the flowers and use the die and cut it out and watercolor paint it. That's how I would finish my card. So I got home from dinner, which was delicious. And it was just, oh, and another friend of ours, Flo, was there as well. So it really was a nice little reunion because I haven't seen Flo in forever. So it was really nice. Only to go to my stamp cupboard and realize I don't have the hand pen bundle. I thought I had the hand pen bundle, but I don't have the hand pen bundle. So I said, well, I can't not make the card. So we're just going to make the card and we're just going to put a label on it, because if you were at home and you only had Designer Series paper and you didn't have the dies and the stamps, that should not stop you from making this card. So I'm taking the green in color that matches this green right here, and I'm putting a Thinking of You label right on it. And I even already know where this is going. So you guys, tonight, this is the book binding card. It's that easy. So just a quick review. It's an 11-inch by 4 1/4 piece of paper. You score it at 5 1/2. That's the normal place that we score it at. Then you score it at 4 1/4, and that's where you get your binding part of the book. You seal it down real good. Use tear tape, use liquid glue, the green glue, something like that. And then you're going to put your ribbon on it, or whatever you want. You don't have to put a ribbon. Karen did it with a bunch of different things to decorate on the edge, but something on the binding just to sort of bring attention to it. And then you can do whatever you want for your cover. And then I don't have one with me, but I will make a 4-inch by 4-inch square inside card and send this off. So that is the card for tonight. So what do we do around here? We make it and we mail it. And if you need supplies to make it, this is where you go to get it. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's video. Make it, mail it, have a really good couple days, and I'll see you guys on Sunday night.